Hey, oh, it's so quiet. Hello. I guess good morning. Super. Well, Europress 503. Did I say that right? Am I locked out? I thought for sure the back doors would be open. I did leave a front door open, but I didn't. Oh, okay, here we go. No, electrical. Europress 503. Is that your area code 503? Nice. I guess we'll try this again. Oh, I know why all the doors are locked. Because last night, around 3 o'clock this morning, somebody drunk wandered in. That's why. I had to think about that. Since I told a client, I guess they decided to actually lock all the fucking doors. Makes sense. Morning. to send this card in and get it graded. I think it's in good condition for that year. Kenneth Walker, he had a good game yesterday. My work logo. Oh wow, okay. Let me get this card graded. Ain't worth nothing, but you know. Maybe Monday. Yeah, I was just bored for a second. I was just thinking about I've been here like 3 days straight. Just staying awake. Let me stop lying. Most of the time, no, let's stop. Anyways, just bored. Should have recorded last night. Wasn't in the mood. But somebody did come in here last night, extremely drunk, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, touching shit. It didn't go left though, so we all good, but yeah. And it's cold as a bitch in here too. I'm seeing that in Florida when people shoveling snow and shit. That's crazy. But it is cold in these ballrooms at night. They keep the AC running like a ridiculous level. And I think the theory is in the morning or during the day, as you can see, this is the front of the ballroom, but it's a big ballroom. So you can imagine when it's a lot of people in here that it probably gets hot, like certain things with all the equipment. And that's another thing too. They keep the AC running. Not this shit up here in the front, because this ain't really much. But all this shit I just showed y'all way in the back. Like, I guess they gotta keep it cold with all that equipment running and shit, because that shit get run hot or whatever. And then when it gets crowded in here with a lot of people, then it gets hot. So the person that suffer, as you can hear in the background, on me. I don't know if y'all can hear me. But anyways, as you can hear in the background, the AC, that shit is running. So I'm gonna make it a man or woman thing, but a lot of women have a hard time being in these ballrooms all night. They do it, but they be snug as a motherfucker. Tripping up, turtlenecks and all type of shit. Sometimes I'm just cold as a motherfucker. I might forget. Like, I got a thermal on tonight, but I might forget to bring a thermal or a fucking jacket or something. I got my work jacket, but You know, that shit only take you so far. But the thing about being comfortable, though, you know what I'm saying? If I get too fucking comfortable, you know, might nod off a little bit. So it's probably better this way. What's that? I don't even know what event I'm working. I just know the initials. I know it's a pharmaceutical company. So it hit me the other day. I'm like, you know what? I've done a lot of, especially at this hotel, not just event security. I've done executive security for like celebrities and shit like that. Like if they come, like let's say it's a group, like for instance, like this is a pharmaceutical group. Let's say it's a pharmaceutical group and they hire certain athletes or actors or entertainers to, I guess, essentially kind of give a pep talk to their employees. Like especially if it's a type of business that's driven by they'll definitely hire like some celebrities to just kind of like give them some type of pep talk to encourage them, you know, that type of shit. Tell them anything's possible or what's possible. Anyways, so I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I've done probably like 5 Pro Bowls. I did the first one that came here to Florida, actually in 2017. And I had the position I had actually was the very first post, which was outside. And y'all got to keep in mind this is 2017, the first Pro Bowl, so they didn't really have a plan. Everything was kind of like improvised. Um, so I'm outside at a podium with the iPad and a notebook, and both of them are getting updated all the time. Meaning that the iPad I had to keep refreshing it. The notebook they was bringing me more papers or saying, "Hey, they got these guests got added on," you know. And I'm on the radio, all this shit going on at the same time, and dealing with the actual people, dealing with the football players, because that's why I have. And you know what's funny is I was never really a big sports fan. I'm more of a fight fan, like UFC. I got into that early, like MMA. When it was WEC, I was a big fan. So, let me see. So I never really cared about sports like that. But I got a hat that's signed by what's his name, Kirk Cousins. Did I say that right? Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I got a hat signed by him because I dealt with him personally, and I didn't ask for it. It's just something he went and got out of his vehicle, signed it for me, and gave it to me. So, but the point I'm making is the even reason I brought this up is I did a job here at the same hotel for um it was 3 people, but one, well, Mark Wahlberg as well. He was one of the people. But also Tom Brady. So we had to escort them through the hotel in the back. Stop people from stopping them, taking pictures, whatever the fuck. But both, you know, they was pretty cool and stuff. But the point I'm making is, I spent a lot of time with these cats. Um, in between time, we would be inside like a one of the little break rooms, and he'd just be in there chopping it up with whoever his manager or whoever the fuck. Maybe they might bring some, one of the executives or the owner of the company. I think at one point he brought his kids in there to meet him and shit like that. But I never thought about getting Tom Brady's signature. I just never thought about it. I never, lack of better words, I never saw the value in it because I'm not a big sports fan until I saw some shit. Somebody had a card that was signed by Tom Brady and how much that shit went for, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should have got his signature. Anyways, yeah, kind of wish I had a Tom Brady card, and at that point that I could have just got him to sign. I don't care about it, but I'm pretty sure it would have sold. I could have invested in something. But I did a lot of jobs here for a lot of different people. But I said specifically Tom Brady because how popular he is. Even though Mark Wahlberg seemed like the most likable person that day. Like everybody was really trying to, take pictures with him and stuff like that. And like his personality, he a little bit more like welcoming. Like Tom Brady is cool. He just seemed kind of like robotic a little bit sometimes. And I think that's once he went fully from football to in front of the camera, he had to kind of change his personality. So now he got to be more likable. Not likable because he's always been a likable guy. He got a good personality, but he got to be more accessible now. And I think that was the thing about Tom. At one point, like a lot of people, they allure or the thing you find interesting in them is how unattainable their time is. You know, I think Denzel said something like that, right? Like, don't become too accessible because then people will stop paying to see you. Like, they don't pay to go to your movies anymore, or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyways, I was just bored and surprisingly not sleepy, so thought I'd jump online for a second. Maybe stop this in a second and keep on YouTube, or maybe Netflix or some shit. I haven't been that motivated to write anything. I thought tonight would be a good night to write something, but no motivation. Any writers out there? Poets? Any artists? Visually? Any type of artist? Sandcastle making? I don't know. What time is it? Like 2 something in the morning? I pray to that. You know what? It's not gonna happen. The drunk guy that came by last night, because I already told a client. So now, like I said, they got all the doors and shit locked, which is crazy. They should have been locking all the fucking doors, but now it takes something actually happening where now they have to seem like they've always been on point. That's why I just saw somebody come by. Last night I was in here. Last couple nights. I ain't seen nobody all fucking night slide through. But now all of a sudden they back on patrol, so maybe I shouldn't have said nothing. Since nothing really happened, motherfucker was drunk, came in, tried to touch some shit up front. I said, who are you? Stopped him real quick, got him the fuck out of there. That was it. But I did let the client know. I was like, yeah, somebody drunk in here last night. And I think that the thing about it is they probably thinking like, well, like I told them, if it's a guest at the hotel, they could walk through the hotel, nobody will say anything. Y'all don't understand how far where I'm at it is from everything else. Like you gotta walk far as fuck to get back here where I'm at. So somehow this motherfucker stumbled all the way through the hotel, to back here and went through the back way instead of the front way. So he didn't come through the front, even though the doors, there was a few of them unlocked. He went through the back way and just wandered in this motherfucker. And had I not been in here, he would have just been in here touching shit. Not saying he would have been stealing anything, but he would have been touching shit. You know. Because these are like, if he's part of this group, that means, you know, he's like a higher rank. Because I don't think this group of people is like the common folk in their company. I think they all executives. So, anybody out there from Florida? I'm not from Florida though. You know, you live in Florida long enough, you start hearing shit about Florida, like all the craziest shit or the craziest people come from Florida. It's like, damn, man, I'm from Georgia, right next door, but you know, I bet Georgia wish they was in Florida right now. Feel good, huh? It ain't even cold like that outside. Like I said, it was colder up in here. It's just now to the point where I feel comfortable even sitting on this fucking leather couch. See, I don't let it get too comfortable, to be honest with you. But I could put a fucking regular chair on a wall like that and lean, I mean, stiff, not even lean, right up against the wall and still find a way to get comfortable. Sound crazy, but you know, I'm sure if you stood up most of the time, you could probably fall asleep standing up. It's a skill you develop over time. Yeah, that's kind of dope. Okay, what the fuck is that? Man, like I'm in the club. No, I'm good on that. fuck? Why does it look like that? Yeah, I think I'm about to watch Netflix or something. Something to make these last 4 hours or so go past. Built to rise. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm about to watch the Netflix. Maybe I should charge my little earphones. What does people do? That shit sounds crazy. What do people do at this time of the morning that's not working? Like, what the fuck is somebody doing at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on a goddamn Wednesday?